So there we have it. Pushing your body weight into the blow makes you feel more powerful because you use more muscle at impact than if you were to just throw the weight of a limb into the target. So, what is it that makes a blow powerful? Think about it. What would hurt the most? Or rather, if you were to strike something, would you prefer a heavier hammer or a longer hammer of the same weight, like a longer shaft? Would you prefer a bigger head of the hammer, a heavier head or a longer shaft? Well, it depends on the task, obviously. But, I mean, if you increase the leverage, like the shaft, you will be able to use more of your strength to accelerate it. Because the head you will be able to make the hammerhead travel faster than if it were on a shorter handle, because, well, simple mechanics, physics really. And a heavier but shorter hammer would have more weight in the head, and you would be able to strike harder from increased weight. So there you have it. Speed of the object that hits the target is one thing, and the speed of that object is an important thing. This is why in boxing, not the only reason, but one of the reasons in boxing why you will have some people very able to knock people out, and you will have some people who are excellent boxers but don't seem to be able to knock someone out. This is probably as simple as, well, not just that, but a major thing with this is probably hand weight and wrist weight and forearm weight, depending on the blow, obviously, because some blows, like a hook or an uppercut, you will align more of the mass of your forearm into the blow. Like it will be like a thrust almost, and with a hook the same. You will bend your arm about 90 degrees, and you will just get it into the target. But with a straight cross, you will have like the weight of this area transfer into the target. So like if you're not able to increase the speed of your punches, I mean the velocity, your explosive snappy velocity, like that, if you were able to increase the weight of your forearms and hands, you would get more power because it's a heavier object, and well, twice as much weight in your arms while being able to punch at the same speed will equal double your previous striking power. And of course, if you were able to increase your punching speed by, times 2, you would increase your punching power by 400%. This is very unlikely, because if you were to punch twice as fast as, even some average striker, you would be punching so freaking fast that you would probably dislocate something. I will make videos about that one in the future, to like what structures seem to limit different body moves. Body moves, silly word. Body mechanics. But another thing with pushing at impact, not just doesn't it seem to add anything to your power in the strike, because the power comes from the speed of the hand and or velocity, I should say, velocity at impact and the weight of that limb. So the other thing is that when you push really hard, you tend to tense some antagonist muscles, like the muscles that perform the opposite action. This is not a problem if you lift things, because when you lift things or crush things or squeeze things in a lot of movements, tensing the opposing muscle groups is often protective to your joints and stuff. But in this case, you want to deliver explosive force into that. You will want the speed to just be maximal at impact. And if you tense, then you're in danger of slowing it down. I mean, this is not very likely in very good strikers, but you can experience it for yourself. That, like, if you, I mean, really good fighters are quite loose at impact anyway, but you would just put brakes on your punch if you were to just do like a bench press type of push at impact. And there's another thing. This is not as much a thing in competitive martial arts and stuff, because, well, I guess you could use it there too. But I mean, those guys aren't really out to wound each other, really. A knockout, maybe some guy want to break a bone, I don't know, but generally they're not looking to knock each other out or kill or disable each other. They would use all those moves that are illegal in the UFC. And if you look up the illegal moves in the UFC, you will see some freaking effective fighting moves. Like, I mean, if you look at that shit, you realize that, whoa, I mean, a really scary street fighter will be able to fuck people up really fast. And it will not look like in UFC, it will look like some fucking unarmed slaughter or something. Well, back to the subject. Well, and if you hit someone or something, you want to break it, the tissues or structures, and you want a lot of the impulse to travel inside and burst and jar things. You want things to vibrate and tear. Now, if you push at impact, I mean, that's probably a good thing if you have like a giant blob of gelatin and you have a really long thin sword or something, so that if you were and you will, this giant mega blob, you will pierce this thing with a 6-foot long sword. If you were to impact this with your hand, you wouldn't get that far because you would have a lot of power, but I mean, the power would be absorbed by the blob. In this case, you don't want an impulse, you want a push. So, but I mean, I can see any, I mean, big mammal or something that would require a push of a giant thrusting, stabbing instrument. I mean, impact is quicker and more powerful. Maybe at times when you're in the danger of over penetrating into something hard with a spear or sword, and it will you will have trouble to get it loose because it's you made such a powerful thrust into the target. The other one is vibrations, like oh there, seem to be running out of time. I guess I will need to make a part 3 after all. See you at part 3, I guess.